All right, we are talking about J.J. Abrams and his new science fiction show, Demimonde.
Not
is
like Mickey.
officially dead at HBO. So,
Demimonde.
as predicted, J.J. Abrams and Bad Robot, we predicted this last week, they are officially fired.
Fired.
And what it says is
I mean, kind of.
the series starring Daniel Deadwyler will be shopped to streamers after running into budget issues at Warner Bros. Budget issues. It's because JJ asked for like $500 million.
Dude, yeah. Can you believe he literally sought a budget of more than $200 million? By comparison, the upcoming prequel of Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, is less than 200 million. Like, it's a Game of Thrones thing.
Yeah.
Like, JJ, what are you doing, man? Like, this is, I don't understand. How can you need more than $200 million to do this, the show, which is basically, isn't it like a knockoff? It's like a knockoff of the Watchmen, right? Or something like that.
I don't know. You know what's funny is that when I saw the headline, it said J.J. Abrams, whatever that name is, dead at HBO. For a minute there, I thought like it was someone who he knew that worked at HBO.
Oh,
because that's a stupid name for a science fiction. Any TV show is a show you can't pronounce or spell.
That's true. So, as expected, Demimonde will not be moving forward at HBO. The series, which marked the first original created by J.J. Abrams since Fringe in 2008, has officially been passed over by the premium cable network following issues surrounding the show's sprawling budget. Sprawling budget?
Sprawling?
Does HBO have a sprawling budget?
No, HBO wasn't the problem. They're saying Warner Brothers budget issues. It wasn't that. They can afford it. They were like,
we don't want to pay for it.
Yeah, we gave you $250 million for you to bring 10 shows to our network. You're starting off that contract with a $200 million science fiction show. So at this point, at this stage, you're saying we need to invest exactly $450 million in you for us to get our first TV show. And who knows what the budget for the other shows are going to be. But for the first one, they would be out of pocket $450 million.
Amazing. Sources tell The Hollywood Reporter, Abrams made a last-ditch plea to HBO Max boss Casey Bloys to spare the drama from cancellation. Bloys took the week to consider, but ultimately the decision was made to part ways because of the budget. Abrams was also slated to direct the pilot for the show, which had already changed showrunner since it landed at HBO in 2018, following a bidding war with Apple. And as we all know, no one knows what's on Apple because no one watches it. I'm just kidding. If you watch Apple TV, great. I can't figure it out. So.
I started watching Apple TV because one of our viewers was like, you got to check out Mythic Quest. And he was right. Mythic Quest, phenomenal show. And I watched all of Mythic Quest. And then I watched the show with Rosie Bryans. I think it's called... I don't know. She's hot. Whatever it was called. I watched that because of how attractive she is. And then I couldn't find anything else to watch while I was waiting for Foundation. And then I watched the first episode of Foundation, was thoroughly, utterly disappointed. And I immediately canceled the service and haven't been back since. Oh, and I watched Ted. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, my problem is I don't know how to get an Apple ID properly, apparently, because I couldn't get it to work. Look, if I see a streaming service, I just want to like log in, sign up with my information and be like, boom. But like with Apple, you got to like have an Apple ID and all kinds of weird stuff. And so I'm like, yep, you lost me. I'm done.
The way I did it was I signed up on the website and then used that information to sign into Roku.
Yeah, I'm not that smart.
Sorry. Yeah. But it was even harder before when you had to have like an Apple device, which is like, you're going to like start a service where you have to have an Apple device. That's not the case anymore. But you're right. Yeah. Apple they're just burning money at Apple, dude.
Yeah, for real. Demimonde, starring Daniel Deadwyler, Station 11, Watchmen, will now be shopped by producers Warner Brothers Television to streamers including Apple and Netflix, platforms where Abrams has other shows in the works. Apple, look, they apparently will spend any amount of money. They don't care. I fully expect this show to end up on Apple. which I'll then never see it. Abrams also
real quick. Do you remember there was a show with Tom Hanks, a science fiction show?
There was, yeah,
set in the future with Tom Hanks, where his co-star is like a robot.
Yes, except I never saw it because it's on Apple.
Yeah,
yes.
It sounds awesome, but it's on
great.
Apple. So we're like, oh, well.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, eventually, maybe someday we're going to have to figure it out and like go there, but I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
Let's see. Apple. Okay. Yeah. Seems like Apple, it's worth noting, strongly pursued an overall deal with Bad Robot. Those sources at the time suggested Abrams turned down a pact rumored to be worth $500 million because of its exclusivity. So it looks like J.J. Abrams turned down $500 million to be with Apple because Apple wanted to be exclusive J.J. Abrams. Like J.J. couldn't go do other things. And let me tell you guys, this is J.J.'s problem.
Yeah.
J.J. is a fantastic director, actually.
Right, yeah.
The guy really knows what he's doing, but he's so spread out all over the place. He wants to do so many things. It's partly why Star Wars failed. He didn't want to do all 3 episodes. It probably would have been fine had he just done all 3.
Right.
But because he wanted to do other things, somebody else did too. Star Trek, he did 2 of the 3. Why did he walk away? Because he had to come back and do something else. He's got all this stuff he wants to do. And it's like, dude, you can either be the master of one or a jack of all trades. And that's what he's become, as a jack of all trades. And I'm not sure what that means for his legacy, but he's not a master anymore.
I got to say, yeah, someone at Apple was trying to do him a favor. They're like, hey, listen, man, this guy's great, but he's got to just work for one. Dude, he's got to do one thing at a time.
Lock him in. That's it.
So they were like, $500 million, just come over here and just do your job, bro. You don't got to do it. Don't go nowhere else. At this point, the guy's working for like every single streaming service.
He's obsessed with like TV series. He just wants to do Look, good for him. I'm glad he's motivated, right? But I mean, come on. I mean, look, he was part of Westworld. Westworld was great. That first season was anyway.
First season. The second season was.
Yeah, he lost interest and went and did something else. I mean, that's just kind of, Lost was great until he couldn't figure out how to end it.
He couldn't figure out how to end it, and he just like quietly left. Like around season 5, he's like,
yeah, if you're betting on horse,
he just like, hey, where did JJ go? How do we end this? Oh, we don't know where he's at. He's like, good luck, guys.
Yeah. JJ's like that horse at the horse races that, like, for the first 2 furlongs, he's like way out ahead of everybody else. But then when they come around to the final turn, like, he just gets passed.
I don't know what anything you said means.
We need to go to the horse track every once in a while.
I've never been to a horse track.
Oh, dude, that's going to happen.
Yeah, I
like horse racing is fun.
Chris, I liked Fringe too, up until the last season. That's like JJ's MO.
He gave up.
Yeah, he gave up. It wasn't that he couldn't do it, is that he's like, this is too hard.
In his defense, he did try to make episode 9 of Star Wars finish properly. But instead of just running, what he should have done is he should have just taken what Rian Johnson gave him and kept going. Instead, he tried to just pretend what Rian Johnson didn't exist. Yeah. And and that didn't work out.
He tried to course correct, but Rian Johnson, this is the problem when you try to course correct, right? So you're flying down this way, and somebody takes over the wheel and yanks it into a U-turn, right? Yeah. And then you get it back and you're trying to course correct, but you don't have the time to do it right, so you have to break the ship or the car to get back on the road. Yeah, it's ruining the shocks on that vehicle.
Pick a lane, JJ. Pick a lane and go for it, buddy.
Yeah, and the fact that he's so politically correct when he's like, I think Rian Johnson did a great job. Great job. I wouldn't have had that boldness that he did. I'm gonna read between the lines, right? That effer didn't read any of my dailies, and here we are.
Hey, maybe you should have just did it. Well, we already talked about it, but right. JJ, they didn't do him any favors. I mean, how do you expect a guy to write 8 while he's making 7? It's not fair. Disney needed to give him more time in between movies. That was really the problem.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, go watch our video on it. It's great.
Yeah, do it. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Oh, on the way to the comments section to tell Shane that he is obviously wrong about Star Wars Episode 8, and it was the best movie ever made.
This is starting to become a pattern.
Please hit the subscribe button because over 90% of you are not subscribed. And Shane is big sad.